Addiction can feel like a prison you built with your own hands and then lost the key to. Maybe it's alcohol, smoking, chewing tobacco, paan, tea, or coffee. Maybe it's something else that you can't do without. You may have promised yourself 100 times, "From tomorrow, I'll stop." Yet tomorrow comes and the cycle repeats. This video is a complete journey out of that prison. We'll look at what addiction really is, far beyond just a bad habit, how it quietly takes hold of you, the hidden mental, physical, financial, and spiritual damage it causes, a clear 4-step method to break free, practical help for alcohol addiction, smoking, and other substances, and how to support a loved one who is trapped in addiction. Before we dive in, please subscribe to the channel, because in this video, we'll cover what addiction truly is, how it starts, the dangers you may not see, a step-by-step method to quit, and spiritual tools to stay free for life. Let's begin.
Chapter 1. What addiction really is. Most people call almost anything an addiction. Watching movies, scrolling on the phone, eating sweets. Here, we'll use a sharper definition. Think of your needs in 2 parts. What the body truly needs, basic food and water, and what is extra, not needed, but you keep taking in. This is where addiction lives. When you regularly take in a substance the body doesn't actually need and you feel uneasy or incomplete without it, that is addiction. Examples: alcohol and other intoxicating drinks, cigarettes, beedies, cigars, vaping, chewing tobacco, paan, masala, betel nut, even tea or coffee when you feel, "I just can't function without it." Addiction versus simple habit. It's important to see the difference. A habit, your mind is used to something, but your body is not dependent on it. You might be used to watching movies every weekend. If you miss one weekend, you don't shake, you don't suffer withdrawal. You may feel a little bored, that's all. Addiction on your body and nervous system are involved. When you don't get the substance, you feel restless, irritated, sick, or as if your whole day is ruined. A key sign of addiction is this thought: until I have it, I can't settle. Addiction is not just a bad habit. It's closer to a disease of the nervous system and the mind. Once the disease takes root, the body itself starts demanding the substance. Even when your mind says, "This is wrong," the body pulls you back.
Chapter 2. How addiction begins. No addiction appears out of nowhere. It starts with a desire. Nothing happens without a desire. If you never wanted to smoke, you would never have smoked. If you never wanted to drink, you would never have tasted alcohol. Often the first desire is small. Let me try just once. My friends are doing it. I don't want to look weak. What's the harm in just a sip? The ego loves to imitate and compete. I'm not less than anyone. If they can do it, I can too. So you take the first puff, the first drink, the first chew. At that moment, a seed is planted inside. The role of company. Addiction almost always comes in through company. You sit with friends who smoke or drink. They insist, "Come on, just one puff. Just one drink, nothing will happen." They don't leave you alone. You resist a few times, then eventually ego steps in. "Fine, give it to me. I'll show you I can handle it." That just once may be the moment the addiction enters. On the other hand, if you never spend time around users, it's very unlikely you will suddenly become addicted on your own. So one of the most powerful causes of addiction is the people you spend time with. Opinions that form inside. Even if you don't actually drink or smoke in this life, your opinions plant seeds. For example, smoking looks cool. Alcohol helps you enjoy life. There's nothing wrong with drinking. These inner conclusions harden into tendencies. Later, when the right situation appears, a party, new friends, stress, that inner seed wakes up and pushes you towards the substance. Addiction as a disease. Think of it this way. At the first few times, you use the substance. After that, the substance uses you. Just like someone with gas problems craves foods that produce more gas, the disease inside starts choosing what you consume. So instead of saying, he has a bad habit, it is more accurate to say, he is suffering from a disease called addiction. And every disease has a cure, if you understand it correctly.
Chapter 10. Beyond Addiction, Freedom of the Self. Finally, remember this. Addiction is only one expression of a deeper disease called worldly bondage, the endless cycle of desires, fears, anger, pride, worries, and suffering. That deeper disease heals when you discover who you really are beyond body and mind, and start living from that awareness. A different spiritual approach. Many traditional spiritual paths say, first clean up your habits, stop drinking, smoking, and all wrong behavior, then you are allowed to walk the path. For many people, this is too high a barrier. They feel, I'm too dirty to be spiritual. The approach shared here is the opposite. First, awaken your true self, then the outer habits will gradually fall away. In this view, spiritual teaching is like a hospital that welcomes the most broken, the most addicted, the most confused. No one is turned away. When you truly understand and experience your inner purity, your self-respect returns. You find a joy that doesn't depend on substances. Addictions lose their charm one by one. Daily inner intentions. To support this inner freedom, you can cultivate simple daily intentions such as, may I not hurt the ego of any living being. May I respect all religions and spiritual paths. May I not insult or criticize spiritual teachers. May I not hate or despise any living being. May my speech be gentle and free of harshness. May I live with purity in thoughts about sexuality. May I eat with balance and avoid greedy attachment to tastes. May I not criticize or badmouth anyone, living or dead. May I become an instrument for the upliftment of the world. Quietly repeating such intentions each day shapes your character and supports your freedom from addiction. A simple practice of clearing mistakes. Whenever you hurt someone, through anger, harsh words, selfish actions, take a moment later to 1. Recall the mistake. 2. Admit it sincerely inside. 3. Apologize in your heart and resolve not to repeat it. This habit keeps your inner space clean and makes it easier to let go of substances that damage you. Conclusion: your freedom is possible. Let's gather the main points. Addiction is any unnecessary intake that your body doesn't need, but you feel you can't live without. It begins with small desires, wrong company, and favorable opinions about the substance. It quietly steals your health, peace, money, relationships, and awareness. Alcohol is especially dangerous because it drains your inner energy and repeatedly throws you into gross unconsciousness. Freedom starts with a firm inner decision, deep understanding of harm, honest remorse, and never defending the addiction.
Love and understanding help much more than criticism when a family member is trapped. Real and lasting freedom comes from discovering your true self and living from that awareness. You are not your addiction. You are the one who can observe it, understand it, and finally step out of it. If you stay sincere, keep learning, and keep turning inward, every chain can break, no matter how old it is. If this video helped you, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest updates and upcoming videos on inner freedom, spiritual growth, and practical wisdom for daily life. Thank you for watching, and may you walk the path from bondage to freedom. Chapter 3: The Hidden Dangers of Everyday Addictions. Not all addictions look dramatic. Some look harmless or even respectable. When tea, coffee, and mild stimulants take over. Ask yourself a simple question. If I go out all day and don't get my tea or coffee, what happens inside? If you feel, my head is heavy, I can't think clearly, my whole day is off until I drink it, then the drink has started controlling you. Anything that keeps popping into your mind, steals your peace when you don't get it, and becomes a condition for you to feel normal, is acting like an intoxicant. Tea and coffee may be socially accepted, but they still stimulate your nervous system, use up your inner energy for a temporary high, and gradually create dependency. Even the thought, I can't go to the toilet without my tea, is a sign that the chain has formed. The real loss here is independence. You were born free, and now your mood, energy, and even digestion are ruled by a drink. Tobacco, smoking, and chewing. Tobacco is stronger. Smoking, cigarettes, bidis, pipes, or vaping. Chewing tobacco, masala, snuff. All of these directly impact the nervous system and can lead to serious illnesses like cancer. They also make the mind restless and emotional. The book's perspective is blunt. Anything that intoxicates you is a form of poison. Maybe it's slow poison, but poison all the same. You may feel relaxed for a moment, but you pay later with poor health, low energy, and a duller, more clouded mind. Why these substances block spiritual growth? If you're on a spiritual journey, there is another cost. Every intoxicant, even mild ones, thickens the veil between you and your true self, the quiet, aware presence inside you. Food may cloud your awareness a little, but you need food to live. Intoxicants are optional. They take away clarity without giving any real benefit in return. So from this spiritual view, the first instruction is, stay away from intoxicants if you want to know who you really are. Chapter 4: Alcohol, the most dangerous chain. Among common addictions, alcohol is treated here as the most dangerous. Why alcohol feels good, and why that's a lie. When you drink, it may feel like stress reduces, courage increases, pain softens. You can dance, talk, and laugh more freely. It's natural to think, alcohol gives me happiness. It helps me handle my problems. The deeper view is very different. Alcohol doesn't create new happiness. It drains the happiness you were meant to experience later and spends it all at once. Imagine you got a year's salary in a single day and blew it in one night. The next few months would be miserable. In the same way, alcohol pulls out inner energy meant to support you calmly over many days and spends it in a short burst of high. Afterwards, you feel heavy, empty, depressed, and dependent. So what looks like pleasure is really borrowing from your future with heavy interest. Alcohol and loss of awareness. The biggest danger is not just a hangover, it is the loss of awareness. You say and do things you would never do sober. Your sense of right and wrong blurs. Your ability to understand subtle truths shrinks. Repeatedly forcing yourself into this grossly unaware state pushes your consciousness downward. In simple terms, you become more like an animal, ruled by impulse, less by wisdom. From this spiritual perspective, someone who regularly sinks into such unconsciousness risks moving towards lower states of existence in future lives. Even in this life, as alcohol builds layers of confusion over the mind, you lose good judgment, emotional sensitivity, the capacity to understand spiritual teachings. I only drink in limits. Many people say, I only drink a little, I know my limit. But limits are fragile. As long as life goes smoothly, you may keep your rule, only 2 pegs. When stress hits, loss in business, relationship problems, grief, what happens? You reach for more. Alcohol and self-control rarely stay friends for long. That's why this approach is clear. There is no safe relationship with alcohol. The safest place is outside the circle altogether. When you're pressured to drink. Sometimes you're at a party or work event, and people keep pushing. Just one drink, don't be boring. You don't have to pick a fight. You also don't have to surrender. Stand firmly, but you can be practical. My health doesn't allow it. Doctor's strict about it. It reacts badly with my medication. My body doesn't take it well. I feel sick. The main thing is your inner decision must be unshakable. I will not let alcohol enter my life. If you're firm inside, you will always find words outside.
Chapter 5. Can an addict really quit? Yes, but only under one condition. You yourself must decide from the heart. I want to be free of this. No one can do this part for you. The power of a firm inner decision. Think about steering a car. The road, traffic, and weather are like your past karma and habits. The steering wheel is your present decision. You cannot control every external event. But if you hold the steering wheel firmly, you can still guide the car. In the same way, even if your addiction is old and strong, a solid inner resolve, this is wrong for me, I want to come out, gives a new direction to your life now and plants powerful seeds for the future. Why dry knowledge doesn't work? You already know smoking causes cancer. Alcohol damages the liver. Tobacco is harmful. This information is printed on packets and shouted in ads, yet people continue. Why? Because this is dry knowledge. It sits in the head, but doesn't touch the heart. Real knowledge is different. It sinks deep enough that your actions start changing on their own. This happens when you clearly see the loss and danger. You feel genuine remorse, and you stop protecting the addiction. We'll put all of this together in the 4-step method soon. Chapter 6. Special Help for Alcohol Addiction. Let's look at some specific tools for breaking free from alcohol. Move from more dangerous to less dangerous, temporarily. If you are heavily dependent on alcohol and cannot stop in one shot, the first step can be harm reduction. For example,
Replace hard liquor with beer, then with non-alcoholic drinks. Or shift towards weaker stimulants like paan, tea, or cigarettes for a short time while you work to leave everything. This is not the final goal. But if you're drowning, first you grab anything that floats. Then you swim to shore. The aim is always move from stronger intoxication to weaker, and finally to freedom. Spiritual awakening as the deepest solution. According to this approach, the easiest way to quit is to taste a deeper happiness than any drink can give. When you directly experience yourself as the pure, aware presence within, beyond body and mind, a quiet, natural joy arises. Once you have even a small glimpse of this inner joy, the artificial high of alcohol loses its charm. You feel less pulled by the bottle. Many people simply stop on their own. So, along with practical steps, keep your focus on knowing your real self through meditation, self-inquiry, or any genuine spiritual path that speaks to you. Give yourself a short experiment. Tell yourself, for the next 15 days or 1 month, I will not drink. I will give this up completely as an experiment. Watch what happens to your sleep, energy, clarity, relationships, self-respect. If after the trial you feel your life has worsened, you can always go back. But most people find they never want to. Healing the brain and mind. If you've drunk heavily for years, damage doesn't vanish overnight. But if you stop completely and stay stopped, gradually your brain recovers, thoughts become clearer, emotional balance improves. One important rule once you quit: never say, "A little alcohol is good." Always keep the inner understanding, "Alcohol is harmful for me." If you again start believing, "It's good in moderation," you open the door for it to return.
Chapter 7. Working with Other Addictions. The same principles apply to smoking, chewing tobacco, paan, tea, and other substances. Ask daily for inner strength. Every day, sincerely say inside, to your own pure self or to whatever higher power you trust, "Please give me the strength to live without this substance. I want to be free from it." It doesn't matter if you still end up using it. Keep asking. Think of it as watering a seed. One day, the seed will sprout. A daily statement of repentance. You can also use a short, honest statement each day, something like, "For all the times I have used this substance, for the times I have encouraged others to use it, I sincerely regret it. I no longer want this in my life. Please give me the power to stop." Repeat it with feeling, not mechanically. Over time, the inner bond with the addiction loosens. A simple mantra practice. Another helpful tool is a short mantra or phrase of praise to the divine within you. For example, infinite respect to the pure self within. Choose any words that remind you of your highest self and sing or repeat them for a few minutes every day. This strengthens your mind and reduces the grip of cravings. Watch how you talk about the addiction. Even with lighter substances like tea, your opinion matters. If you keep saying, I love tea, it's the best," the attachment grows. If instead you say, "I can live without it, it's not really good for me," your attachment shrinks. So stop praising the very thing you want to leave.
Chapter 8. The 4-step method to break free. Now let's bring everything together into a clear, practical process. Step 1. Decide completely. This is wrong for me. The first step is a firm inner decision. You may not be able to stop today, but right now you can decide. This addiction is completely wrong for me. It harms my body, mind, relationships, and spiritual growth. Keep this understanding active when you buy the substance, when you prepare it, when you consume it. Even if you are still using, never give it the status of good or necessary. Keep a clear line inside. Step 2. Deepen your understanding of the harm. Information is not enough. You must feel the danger. Think through and even write down how this addiction affects body, illness, low energy, breath smell, risk of cancer or other diseases, mind, anxiety, irritability, dependence, reduced clarity, family, arguments, distance, broken trust, bad example for children, money, wasted income, financial stress, work or studies, poor performance, lost opportunities, spiritual life, dullness, guilt, distance from your real self. The more clearly you see the entire picture, the weaker the charm of the substance becomes. One simple story shows this. Imagine there are two identical white powders in front of a child. One is a vitamin, the other is deadly poison. If the child cannot read the labels or understand what poison means, he may eat the wrong one. But if his father explains, poison means you will die and your body will be carried away, the child finally understands. After that, he will never touch that powder again, even if he sometimes feels curious. In the same way, once you deeply grasp what addiction really does to you, the inner attraction begins to break. First, you become free in understanding, then sooner or later, you become free in action. Step 3. Honest remorse and inner apology. Pratikkraman. Whenever you fall, you drink, smoke, chew, or use despite your decision, don't sink into self-hate. Instead, do a simple 3-step inner process. 1. Acknowledge the mistake. Today I used this substance again. 2. Sincerely regret it. I truly don't want to continue this. I'm sorry for the harm I caused to my body, mind, and to anyone hurt by this. 3. Renew your resolve. From now on, I will try again to stop. Please give me the strength not to repeat this. Do this with your own pure self as witness or in front of any image of the divine you respect. This process breaks the feeling that I'm okay with this, weakens the inner approval of the addiction, and gradually dissolves the deeper karmic tendencies that drive it. Step 4. Never defend the addiction. This last step is critical. Even after deciding to quit, many people say, I smoke to burn away my worries, or everyone dies someday, at least I enjoy myself. A little drinking is good for health. Each time you say such things, you protect your addiction and extend its life. It's like telling the addiction, don't worry, I still consider you my friend. From this perspective, every defense can extend the addiction by years. So what should you do when someone points it out? If a friend says, why do you smoke so much? Say, you're right, it's a weakness I'm working on. If your family complains, admit, yes, this is my fault. I am trying to get free from this. When you stop caring about looking perfect and start calling your weakness a weakness, you remove the shield protecting the addiction. Then, with time and sincere effort, it must fall.
Chapter 9. When someone in your family is addicted. Maybe you're not the addict. Maybe it's your partner, child, or parent. What can you do? First, work on yourself. Your own peace, patience, and integrity are your biggest tools.
When you grow in understanding and calmness, your presence itself starts healing the other person's mind. Give more love, not more lectures. Often, a person drinks or uses because they feel unloved, criticized, or unwanted at home. If the home is cold, they look for warmth in a bottle, in a cigarette, or on the street. Instead of only attacking the addiction, increase genuine care. Listen more, appreciate their good qualities, and make home a place they actually want to return to. People are willing to give up many things for the sake of real love. Explain gently, without nagging or hitting. Of course, you shouldn't pretend the addiction is fine. Talk to them calmly. This doesn't suit you. It's bad for your health and our family. We come from a background where this is not who we are. If they don't listen the first time, try again later without anger. If you keep shouting, insult them, or hit them, their ego will harden. They may think, "I'll continue just to prove you wrong." Your scolding then becomes fuel for their addiction. See their struggle as a result of their karma. From this spiritual view, both disease and addiction are results of each person's unfolding karma. That doesn't mean we do nothing. It means we add compassion to our efforts. Just as you wouldn't hate a child for having a fever, try not to hate or despise a loved one for their addiction. Help them as far as you can and keep a soft heart.